Yo, how's it going everybody? Chadley here, and welcome to our first New World video on the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys some beginner tips and tricks to help you along the way. I've spent the last 2 days absolutely grinding this beta, and as you guys can see in the bottom, I've reached level 25, which is fairly far along. There's some people in the 30s, but usually mid 25s to 30 is pretty far along for the most part. I went into this beta with pretty much no knowledge, so everything I'm sharing with you guys today is everything that I've learned on my own throughout this beta, and hopefully this can help you guys out if you're starting out in the beta or even in the full game if you guys are watching this a month after release and the full game is out. If there is anything in these beta videos that I'm making that needs to be updated once the full game comes out, I will make sure to do so, but if you guys do not see any updates, these will still be applicable. With this video, my goal is to help you guys level up and progress through the beta as quick as possible so you can try out the different aspects of the game. So if you're interested in like the end game-esque things like the expeditions, you guys will be able to get there very quickly. I'm going to keep this pretty short with just 5 tips, but if you guys want to see another 5, make sure you guys let me know in the comments down below. Also, since this is our first New World video on the channel, if you guys really want to help me out, make sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy it, and also consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, at the time of posting this video, I'll be live on Twitch playing some New World, so if you guys want to come hang out, hopefully I'll see you over there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into these top 5 tips. So these tips are kind of going to coincide with each other. One thing is going to lead to another for the most part. But the first thing that we're going to be looking at is you guys need to plan your routes when questing accordingly. Make sure you guys pick up all the quests that you can and plan out your route before you leave whatever settlement you're in. And then that way you guys can have the most efficient routes possible, because a huge part of this game in terms of time consuming is the running from place to place. There are no mounts, you have to run everywhere, and it kind of makes it a pain. So if you guys can plan out a very good route beforehand, you will have a much quicker and easier time getting through the game. So for example, right here, my plan would be leaving this settlement. I would go down and pick up a new quest. I would grab this one, circle back around, grab this quest, and then move on over and hit these 4 quests all in a row right here. And that is a lot of different quests in just a short amount of run. It'd be very pointless for me to head over here first and then come back and come around and grab these. So make sure you guys are really planning your routes accordingly, because like I said, the running in this game can get very, very tedious and time consuming. So as long as you are putting out the most efficient routes possible, you're going to have the quickest time imaginable. So the second tip that I have for you guys is, while you are running your efficient routes, make sure you are doing things on the way. Do not just straight run there without doing anything else. Make sure, say you come across like a turkey or something sitting in the road, make sure you guys go ahead and kill it and skin it, because you guys are going to need certain trade levels to do certain quests. Like, there are a couple faction missions that require you to skin bison, for example, and they require a certain skinning level. So you need to be leveling up all these different things as you're going. Make sure you are harvesting, because in some of the main quests, there's actually a harvesting requirement. You got to be like level 30, I believe, for harvesting just to get some of the items for the quest. Leveling up your different trade skills is actually a way to level up your main character as well, because when you level up a trade skill, you get experience for completing that level. And honestly, I got pretty far in terms of harvesting. So if you guys are like coming by hemp plants, those are fantastic XP, probably some of the best harvesting XP in the entire game. I have not found any harvesting plants that have given me more XP than hemp plants, and you can start harvesting them right away. So whenever you see those, make sure you pick those up. I have gotten my harvesting, I believe, up to 60 something right now. Yeah, our harvesting is up to level 67, and that is pretty much purely from farming just a couple inventories full of hemp plants, and that has been very, very helpful. That has gotten me a lot of XP towards my main character. And that also coincides straight with weaving. If you guys take the fibers that you get from the hemp plants, you can turn those in for linen and get a bunch of weaving XP as well, and then overall level up your character much quicker. So now for tip number 3, one thing you guys can do to speed up all of your different questing is actually just respawning. So if you guys hit escape and go to your game menu up here, you'll have this option to respawn. And when you do so, you'll be able to pick from either your campfire, if you have one of those down, or the nearest settlement to spawn at. So say I did all these quests and I had to go back to the Cutlass Keys hamlet to turn in a bunch of these quests, and I wanted to speed up that process, I would just go ahead and hit respawn, and I would end up back here in the hamlet. Now, before you do this, make sure you are not anywhere near any sort of other settlement. So around here in the Windsward area, you can kind of be caught between Everfall and the Windward stuff. So make sure you are closest to the one that you want before you hit that respawn, because otherwise you might be able to spawn at like the wrong one, and you don't want that. But in case that was to happen, you can just fast travel from there anyway. So regardless, it is going to be quicker than walking back. Really, the only downside of doing this respawn method is that when you die in this game, your different items lose durability. So you're going to have to repair them. You don't need to repair them until they break. Otherwise, they work perfectly fine. And it's not really a big deal to repair them either, as long as you guys are salvaging different weapons that you don't need. If we take a peek here, I have over 300 of the repair kits. That's at 307 over there on the right. And also doesn't cost much coin. It's like 16 coin to repair this. I have over 3,000, and I haven't done any sort of like market trading either. So these resources are really easy to come by as long as you are playing the game, and the repairing is really not a big deal at all. Overall, the respawning method is very much worth it for speeding up your questing. And besides, when you are leveling up anyways, you're going to be trading out this gear often. So there's good chances you might not even need to repair some of these. You can just put on a new piece and move on. Now, another thing you can do instead of doing the respawn is recalling to an inn, but you can only do that once per hour, and you have to set which town you want that to be. So for me, that wouldn't help me right now because my inn is still in Everfall, and I would definitely need it here in the Cutlass Keys. So make sure you guys are setting your inn if you do plan on returning here often. And then one final note with the respawn method, say I needed to come back to this guy often to turn in missions. Like when you guys are doing the main quest, there is a guy on a riverside up here that you're going to return to often over here by the Hermit Shrine. What you guys can do in that scenario is actually build a camp near him, and then when you respawn, you can pick to spawn at that camp. So if I needed to do that here, I would just place my camp and then build this. It only requires 5 wood and 1 flint. No matter where you are, you can get these items super quick. The different green woods, you can pick bushes or chop down a tree, and then the flint is just all over the ground. You guys can get it in like 20 seconds, pretty much no matter where you are on the map. So the fourth tip I have for you guys is to keep your inventory light. You really do not need a lot of stuff in here. When you guys are opening chests, you're gonna get a lot of different items that take up a lot of weight. So make sure you're always going to your storage shed when you're in settlements and placing the items in there. There are so many items that you don't need. These refining ingredients that you get from opening chests, they take up a lot of weight. I don't even have that much right here, and it takes up 20 weight. So make sure you guys are putting away different items that you do not need. So I don't need any of my leather working stuff. I don't need this ammo. The food and utilities is nice to have, but I already have a lot of stuff here. So I could put this away if I wanted to. And also, don't really carry around a lot of weapons. They do take a lot of weight. There are several reasons why we want to travel light in this game. One, you guys can pick up way more items when you're out questing, but the main one and most important one is your weight determines how much fast travel resources it costs when to travel. So right here, as you can see, it's going to cost 62 at my current weight to get from the Cutlass Keys to the Windsward Hamlet. But if I go ahead and take these refining ingredients, which is an extra 20 weight, and I open my map back up, if I wanted to travel back here, it's now going to cost 70. So the heavier you get, the more expensive this gets. And you can't really reliably farm this stuff until a little bit later on, or around like level 20 or so. So saving as much of this fast travel resource that you can is going to be huge. It's going to allow you guys to move around the map much quicker and turn in more missions, and also just in turn get more XP. So the final beginner's tip that I have for you guys in today's video is to make sure you are experimenting with different weapons. Make sure you change your build around, try all sorts of different things. As you guys can see here, I have several weapon types at pretty high mastery. These are around 8s, 10 here with the Ice Gauntlet. And I haven't decided exactly what I want to do. I'm still going to play around with all these different types of weapons as well. And even if you guys are in the full release game, make sure you're doing this as well. It's very easy to change around your build. So you guys can have all sorts of different builds within one character depending on what your team needs in that current scenario. It's completely free to respec your different weapon masteries. So if you want to change these points around, you can go ahead and do so down here and whatever weapon type that you want. Also feel free to change this around in terms of whatever scenario you're doing. So if you guys are doing an expedition or something, maybe you'll change around some of these skills because this may be a more solo focused build, and then maybe you want to go a more team focused build. That's pretty much also the case with the different attribute points as well. This is free to respec up until level 20, and then after that it seems to get a little bit more expensive per level that you go up to respec. But even at level 25, 5 levels ahead, it's only 80 coin to respec it, which really isn't a big deal. I have over 3,000 coin, and like I said, I still have not done any sort of like market trading. I'm sure once the full game's out, there's going to be even more of that going on. So I think the coin is really not going to be a problem. So feel free to change these attribute points around as you are going and just fit it to whatever build you're trying to go for. Yeah, guys, those are my 5 beginner tips that I have for you here in New World. Like I said at the start of the video, this is for the beta, but if anything changes in the full release, I'll make sure to update this video for anything that needs to be updated. If you guys want to see 5 more tips, make sure to leave a comment down below letting me know. Also, since this is our first video of New World on the channel, like I said, if you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like on it to let me know. Also, consider subscribing for more New World content. I stream almost every single day over on Twitch, so make sure you go down in the description down below and follow me on over there. But anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.